This is the Iron Trader. It is Tuesday morning, so we are going to review crude oil here and natural gas. Now remember, the API numbers will be out today at 4:30. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have your crude oil, your daily, your weekly, and your monthly chart. Okay, let's start off here on the old daily. Well, let's just see what we have. Now, yesterday we had a gap up here basically on the what's going on there in the Middle East, okay? But usually when you have situations like that, that's usually a sell into it. Now, again, with this situation here, we have to see how this is all going to shake out because you got retaliation, you got everything that's going to be going on here. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out. So don't have no opinion, just trade the charts, okay? So yesterday we had a good, nice gap up. It held that 50 SMA here, and then what it did is ran up right up into that 8 SMA here. See, that's why you trade the charts. See where it went? Okay, now yesterday's video, I said, well, now you got basically a ping pong action between this 8 SMA here, sitting at 86.39, and this 50 SMA here, okay, sitting at 85.19. So you're sitting here sideways action. Okay, so let's look at the downside. So far today, we just have an inside day. So you want to watch this 85.19. That's going to be very, very key on a closing basis. Okay, if that is lost, then you want to look to the bottom of this candle right here. Okay, so this is sitting at 84.67. There's your gap. And then right here, this cap of this candle here is 83.28. That's your fill. Now, again, after you hit this 84.67, if it sells off, then we come to the bottom of this candle here first. Then you have 84.16, and then we come to the top of this candle here. But you see them gaps and fills, that's a big target. Now, if that is lost, then we come to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 82.15, and then you have your retest there at 81.50 right there, okay? So on the upside, well, what we want to do, we want to look at that key 8 SMA, okay? So you're sitting at 86.39. Now, if you can get above, then we want to look at yesterday's high. Always look at the previous day's high, the low, and the closing. That gives you good support and resistance levels. So you want to look at 87.24 here. That's going to be the key. And then we look to the bottom of this candle right here. Okay, you're looking at 87.76. And then we come to this candle here. You're looking at 88.46. And then you have your 21-day sitting at 88.98. That is going to be your upsides. Okay, so watch the 8 SMA here, watch the bottom of these candles here, and then watch your key level here at 88.99. Now again, yeah, 98. If you can get above that, then we just come to the top of this candle here because that was that big red candle. So you're looking at 89.59 here. And then we look to the top of this candle here on 90.27. And then we look to the bottom there. You're looking at 90.35. And then we come to this candle here at 91.88. Then we just ride these candles here all the way up here. But the key is this 8 SMA. If you can close above, then you've got a good shot here at the 21 SMA. If you close below this 50 SMA here, then you got a good shot at this gap fill here at the 81.50. And then your retest there at 81.50 is what your gap fill here is going to be 83.28. And then your 81.50, which is going to be your retest. Now, here, we look here on the weekly. Well, right here. Okay, so we want to always look at that 100-day thing, but the key is going to be this 8 SMA here, that 86.81. That's going to be very, very critical here. So far, you know that it popped up, but it just can't get through. So far here for the week, you know, it's an inside day, but you got 3 days, you know, you got basically 4 days here left. So it's an inside day because we had a really big red candle here. Now, again, if it can't hold that key level here, then we have to look that down here all the way down to the 79.72 here. And then we have your 50-day here at 78.37. Now, those would be the targets there, okay, if this 81.50 is lost here, along with this 79.03 and 77.66. But we don't want to go there yet here because we have to see how this is all going to shake out. So the key is watch this 50 and watch that 8 SMA there. That's going to be the key for today. Now, here on your monthly chart here, well, it's very still early in the month here, but you really need to get back above this 86.90 here if you're going to go higher. And then you got your key support there sitting at that 79.06, which lines up very, very nicely here with like your 100-day here and with your 21-day here. So that was going to be always very, very key support level there. Now, here, if you look at your RSI here, well, it rallied up here, and now it's just flatlining off here because obviously it's just flat here. So we got to see how the MACD is. It hasn't curled up. It's still on its way down here. So, right now you just got to wait and see. But usually when you have dramatic events like this, the oil and any kind of a commodities, I don't care if it's gold, silver, whatever it is, will rally up, and then unless you get some kind of a retaliation, something that it usually will sell right back off again. So always watch the gap and the fill here. All right, let's take a look at the old natty gas. Okay, natty gas, you got your daily, your weekly, and your monthly chart. Okay, so yesterday what you do is you put in a high of 3.47, but when you look at this here, that is pretty much, see that topping tail, but it is green. That's the key. Okay, it's not a true topping tail like what you have here, which is red, and then it sells right on off here. Okay, so basically this was like what they call a tweezer top. Okay, so where you rally up and then you put in even a lower low, and then she sells right on up. And so you had a green candle here, and now you're back inside those price channels, which is very, very good. Okay, so what you want to do on the upside is you want to watch that 3.47. That is going to be very, very key level there. Okay, so if you can close back above it, the key is close above it here. Then we look here on your weekly chart here, and then we just follow these candles here. Okay, so you look at the bottom of that, that's 3.52. That would be your next resistance. And then we look to the top of this candle, 3.95. That would be the next resistance. And then we have here at 3.78, which lines up very, very nicely here with your 200 SMA here sitting at 3.78. Okay, so that's what you have to look at there on the upside. Now, on the downside, you want to watch this 50-day. This is going to be very critical, 3.229. Okay, so that's what you want to watch. Very, very, very key level there of support. And then if we look here, your 8-day still very, very nicely and curling up here above your 21-day. Those would be your support levels, but this is looking very, very nice here. See how that's rolling on up here? So I always pointed out, when you build a long, big base like this, when it rips, she's going to rip here. But again, it needs a catalyst, needs something. But this is your big upside target here. Is going to be that 3.78. That's going to be your 200 SMA. Now, on the downside here, okay, you watch all these levels here, but you always want to watch your 8 SMA here. Now, this will keep on moving up here, but any kind of pullback here, even if it meets it halfway, would be a nice buying opportunity. You can see how all your SMAs here are curling up really, really nicely right here, okay? So, yeah, you want to watch these candlesticks and everything, but those are your support. But your key levels here will be that 3.12, your 2.88, and then your 2.74 here. Very, very nice here. And your bullish pattern here is still very, very much intact with your low, higher low, and then it gapped up, held that gap, and then kept right on going. Now, here on your monthly chart here, we'll always watch that 50 SMA, okay? You're sitting at 3.73, which is very close to that 200 SMA here. So that would be your first resistance levels before you would hit that 200 SMA here, okay? So that's what you always have to watch out for. So just watch these key SMAs here on the downside here. The key level here is going to be this candle right here. As long as it holds that 3.027, that's going to be very, very key, because a lot of times the natural gas can rip right on down and close right back up here. So if it got down to that level, that'd be a buying point. And even if it held these like the 8-day here, that would also be a nice buying point. So what you want to do here is always look to the top of these candles here. So on this candle, if it does sell down, watch this right here. You got 3.20, and then watch this candle here. That's at 3.166. That's also going to be your support levels here if this happens to sell out. But right now, we just got some inside day sideways action here so far. Let's take a look here on the hourly and a 4-hour. Okay, your hourly chart here, well, you're still just really, really nice bullish pattern. Now we got a sideways action going on here, okay? So what you want to do is look at that price channel, okay, sitting at 3.40. That's what you want to look at. And then what we want to do is look to the next level here, which would be this candle right here, okay? Yeah, right there. So you're looking at 3.43, and then you have your retest there of 3.47. Now, this is on your 4-hour chart here, very, very good here. So watch this 8 SMA here on the right on the upside here, 3.37. Here on the downside, watch that key 3.26 area. That is going to be very, very key support level there. So right here, this is just a sign of that. We got to see how it's all going to shake out here today. Now, again, if we have a more catalyst here coming up here, this could really rip up here, and I'm still looking for that 200-day at 3.78. All right, I'll have more for you on the crude and natural gas here after the pits close today. Remember, the API number here is out today at 4:30. All right, thanks for watching.